Okay, what if the very tools you've been told are the key to success are actually the very reason your business can't get off the ground? Today, we're going to dive into the story of Ruili Barry, an entrepreneur who figured out that the secret to a thriving business wasn't about adding more stuff, but taking almost everything away. Seriously, let me ask you this. Do you ever feel like you spend way more time just fighting with your software than you do actually building your business? You've got the great idea, you've got the passion, but the tech feels like this giant tangled mess holding you back. If you're nodding along right now, trust me, you're not alone. And this right here, this is the brilliant way entrepreneur Ruili Barry described her first online business. It's such a perfect metaphor, isn't it? She'd loaded it up with all the best and most expensive tools, thinking she was prepping for an epic liftoff. But instead, all that weight just kept her business stuck, right here on Earth. So this heavy rocket ship was her first shot at a career coaching business. And, like so many of us, she did what she thought she was supposed to do. She found the best tool for every single little task and then tried to duct tape them all together. And the results? Well, it was a total technical nightmare. I mean, just look at this. The difference between her old way and where she needed to be was just staggering. She was dealing with this Frankenstein's monster of broken tools and half-built funnels that was costing her over $500 a month. The dream? A single, simple system where everything just works for less than $50. This wasn't just about the money. It was about her sanity. But here's the twist. The big solution wasn't just finding a new piece of software. Nope. It was about finding a completely new mindset. Ruili actually has an engineering background, and she realized she had to stop thinking like a stressed-out business owner and start thinking like a scientist. And that was the real game changer. So she adopted what she calls the experiment mindset. And what that means is a launch that doesn't go well isn't a personal failure. It's not about you. It's just an experiment. Every email, every promotion, every single thing you do, it's not a test of your worth. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is just to gather some data. When you think like this, there really is no such thing as failure. There's only data. You run an experiment, you look at the results, and you let that information tell you what to do next. It's this super simple loop that totally disconnects your ego from the outcome, and it gives you the freedom to just try stuff. So, armed with this brand new mindset, Ruili started her hunt for the actual rocket fuel, the tools that would finally let her business take off. The checklist was simple. It had to be affordable, it had to be all-in-one, and it had to actually work, so she could finally achieve liftoff. And the difference in cost was just insane. She went from burning over $500 every single month on that clunky, complicated stack to paying just $47 for one single platform. And here's the kicker. She realized this one tool did 98% of everything she needed. That made the crazy extra cost of her old system totally impossible to justify. And to prove this to herself, she ran a true experiment. For 6 entire months, she ran her business on both platforms at the same time, side by side, collecting hard data. The numbers didn't lie. The results were so clear that she didn't just switch for herself, she started recommending it to all of her clients too. And this newfound simplicity, that became the fuel for real growth. It completely freed her from that time for money trap of only doing one-on-one coaching. Suddenly, she could package her entire method into a program that could help hundreds of people at once. Her program, which she calls Design, Build, Launch, is the perfect reflection of her whole philosophy. It's built for action, not just theory. She gives her clients everything they need, special AI tools to get super clear on their message, one-click templates to build out all the tech, and step-by-step guides to get them launched fast. This really became her mantra. Simple systems equals simple success. It's the core idea that defines her entire journey. By cutting out all the complexity, she didn't just save a ton of money, she unlocked the door to real, scalable success. So, you might be wondering, how does a mom of 4 manage this kind of crazy growth without completely burning out? Well, she applied that exact same principle of radical simplicity, not just to her tech, but to how she manages her time. Her whole strategy comes down to 3 basic rules. First, ruthless prioritization. You only focus on the 3 tasks each day that are actually going to move the needle. Second, aggressive automation. Build simple systems to do the boring, repetitive work for you. And third, build a team. You have to delegate anything that isn't the absolute best use of your time. So, did it all pay off?
Oh, yeah. In the very first year after making all these changes, her group programs brought in $30,000. This was the proof she needed. The simple model worked.
But here's where the magic of a scalable system really shows up. In year 2, that revenue more than tripled, hitting $95,000. This wasn't just a little bit of growth. This was major acceleration, and it was all powered by keeping things simple. And that brings us to her final and maybe most powerful piece of advice. Stop waiting for perfect. Don't wait until you feel ready because, spoiler alert, that day is never going to come. The whole point is to launch the experiment and start getting that data today. So that leaves us with one last question for you. Forget the massive, overwhelming to-do list for a second. Forget all the complicated tech. What is the one super simple experiment, the smallest possible thing, that you can put out into the world today just to start learning? Because that's the real launch pad.